Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello, I am here.
She's not a bot.
I'm not a bot, no.
No, she's not a bot. So she is here in this video. We're going to talk about Netflix Armageddon. It's not looking too good at Netflix. A lot of people got laid off recently.
That's awful.
More people are going to get laid off. Shows are getting canceled, including Ava DuVernay's animated series and the highly anticipated animated adaptation of Antiracist Baby.
That's right.
Yes, that's
Darn.
a book. It's an actual book. I've seen
it at Walmart. Yeah.
I'm like, is this real? Is this parody? No, it's a real book. And they were going to make a cartoon, and now they're not. So we're going to talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Almost 268,000 subs. We're like 10 away. Like, just hit the subscribe button already.
Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
Yeah, you want to make Geeky happy. Because
right.
if you don't make her happy, she's not going to be in the next, 4 videos.
No, I had things I had to do.
She did more important
things
than YouTube. Anyway, lots of articles on Netflix layoffs continuing. Of course, they laid a bunch of people off a couple of weeks ago. They shuttered a bunch of animated projects, and they're saying flat out that employees can expect many more layoffs in the months to come.
Yeah, and again, I want to make it clear, because people don't understand this. We are not happy that people are laid off. That we're not celebrating layoffs. We're just telling you this is going to happen, and it's happening.
So I had a friend from Hollywood write me about this, and this friend was like, oh my God, this is going to be catastrophic for Hollywood because so many people were jumping ship from network TV going to streaming.
That's true.
And now that ship is sinking too. In fact, there have been many articles in the last couple of days talking about how the only way they're going to be able to save streaming is to double down on reality TV because it's cheaper. So if you're thinking you're going to get more high quality animated series, if you think you're going to get more seasons of those shows that you stan, you're sadly mistaken.
Right.
They're pulling back on everything now. Some shows might move forward. Again, we don't know where Masters of the Universe Revelation Season 2 is because that might be a Mattel thing. They might actually be kicking in money for that. But
yeah, I don't even know. I mean, it's weird. I don't know why they would, because it's like throwing good money after bad. But yeah, it's just bad because they greenlit all these things and they were tripling, quadrupling down on that. And now they're like, whoop, time to change it again.
Yeah, and they spent a ton of money on animation. I mean, they were luring people away from Disney and DreamWorks, and they bought or leased that compound.
Yeah, it's just weird that they're just turning around like they are right now.
So I have a theory. I think it was all smoke and mirrors, and we saw what happened with the greenlighting process. There was an article out there where they're all playing the blame game now, but they're basically like too many people had the ability to greenlight whatever the hell.
Too many cooks.
Yeah, too many cooks. They could greenlight whatever because they thought the money was never going to run out.
And you have to understand too, with the streaming wars, it went from one or two big ones, that could have everybody's views, to they keep getting made smaller and smaller, like an iceberg, or smaller, or shrinking, and not as many people can stand on that piece of ice that's left, so they're not doing as well. They're dividing up the pie.
Yeah, and the thing about animation is, unfortunately, animation is kind of a luxury item, I guess, if you're going to talk about content.
Oh, yeah, it's so expensive.
It is incredibly expensive to produce. And a lot of times, at least in Japan, they sit down and they're like, okay, because it's so expensive, we need to have a game plan. We're going to sit down with the game manufacturers and the toy companies.
To monetize it.
Look at Evangelion. Evangelion's ridiculously expensive, but look at all the Evangelion merchandise that's been sold for decades.
Right. But that's a bad thing. Just ask, current year Twitter, making a show around, product is this, how 80s have you?
Yeah, but that's what pays the bills.
Right. It's just made to sell, insert whatever here. And it's like...
Well, some of those cartoons are insert whatever here.
Right. But I'm just like, well, for example, Bridgerton. There was still makeup lines, houseware lines, clothing lines, all with Bridgerton tie-ins now. Because that's what's helping to pay for Bridgerton.
Well, it's funny. We actually had a couple of shows optioned by Disney back in the day. It's been about 8 years now, I think. But part of the pitch was actually we had to market it. We were like, okay.
We thought it all out.
Yeah, we're like, here's how you tie it into apps and tie it into toys and tie it into whatever. And we thought about this ahead of time. Now, what's happening? It still didn't get picked up because there was a change at the top. But
Bet you regret that now, huh?
I'm sure they do.
I know every day they're kicking themselves. Damn it.
Sure. Oh my God, we could have had Clownfish TV on the Disney Channel. Whatever shall we do?
They could have kept us quiet easier.
They could have, actually. They would have, because they actually had papers. We weren't allowed to disparage Disney at all throughout the entire
Apparently
process.
no one else got those papers.
Apparently nobody else got the memo. But yeah, like we kind of had that figured out. You look at a lot of these shows, they might be high quality shows, but like, how in the hell are you going to monetize Centaur World? You know,
Oh, God,
like
that thing was awful.
what are you going to sell exactly? Like, again, you can shit on 80s shows as much as you want, but they sold toys, and the toys are what kept the show on the air.
You know what gets me? You see it like something like Thundercats Roar, and then you see Centaur World, and you're like, well, if one didn't do well, why the hell did you try for a second one? You know, I mean, at least it's its own thing this time. It's not trying to redo another thing, but it's like, if it isn't working with people, let's give, somebody with the same stupid look a crack at it too, because it didn't work once. It's going to work now.
Yeah, and there are going to be a lot of animators, especially, that are going to be like, oh my God, because they had, 5 or 6 years where this stuff was bankrolled. I mean, basically, like, Steven Universe exists because there were other shows on Cartoon Network that were actually paying for Steven Universe to exist.
But I mean, when it's your own thing, I don't judge it as harshly.
Right.
But I just, when the market's not there, or the market's not there, whether I like it or not, if it's something I love, but the market's not there, it's not sustainable either.
Okay, so let's talk about this. This is the IGN version of it. Netflix has laid off around 150 employees, or about 2% of its workforce.
This is a new layoff?
Just the new round of layoffs, yeah. Primarily due to budget cuts and business needs. And most of those, as I understand it, from the person I was talking to earlier today, a lot of those are in and around animation.
Okay, that makes sense, actually.
Yep. An internal email sent to staff viewed by IGN, the Netflix global head of HR, Sergio Azama, informed employees today about the layoffs, writing, "These changes are especially tough as they are primarily driven by business needs, not individual performance. No one wants to lose great colleagues."
That sucks.
Furthermore, the email says that as Netflix continues to prioritize its biggest opportunities, like non-English content.
Oh, they're going to do like Disney and go after. Disney has like 500 projects in the works that aren't U.S. based.
Like lots of Bollywood and lots of K-drama and stuff like that.
They have 500 projects that aren't U.S. based that they're working on too.
And amid further budget constraints due to slowing revenue, employees should sadly expect more departures in the coming months.
Oh, so basically more people are getting canned.
Oh, absolutely. A Netflix spokesperson told IGN, "As we explained on our earnings, our slowing revenue growth means we are also having to slow our cost growth as a company. So sadly, we're letting around 150 employees go today, mostly in the US. And as I understand it, a lot of them in animation, which brings us to this. Ava DuVernay getting canceled all over the place. She had New Gods canceled.
Yep.
She had Naomi canceled.
Yep.
And she had apparently had an animated series in development at Netflix. It too is now canceled.
You kind of have to start wondering at a certain point, is it really the projects or is it the person?
Okay, so this tends to happen when a company lays people off, when a company restructures, right? A lot of times what they will do is use the opportunity to maybe cut people loose that they're not getting along with, or maybe that have been problematic, or maybe have been just a pain in the ass. Look at Kickstarter. Okay, most of the people that they cut loose, it was Camilla Zhang and her group, mostly unionized. They're like, oh, hey, yeah, the economic downturn. Oh, golly, yeah, we have to lay people off.
Then after that, oh, look, record profit.
Oh, record profits? Oh, what happened? Wow, what a difference a quarter can make. I'm sorry, Camilla, but we already replaced you with a non-union person, because they wanted to get rid of her. And I have to wonder if they're like, yeah, hey, she's kind of difficult. Let's get rid of Meghan Markle too while we're at it. Yeah, because it's not working so well.
Well, the Wings of Fire books are usually pretty popular. I
thought they were popular, but yeah, apparently she was doing. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Because I'm like, if they would cut this, it's more popular, but then keep some of the other things they're keeping. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yep. So this is coming from Deadline. Ava DuVernay's, I always want to call her DuVernay. DuVernay's Wings of Fire, an animated series adaptation of the family fantasy books, which had been in development at Netflix since 2020, is the latest victim of animation cuts at the streamer. Sources close to the project confirmed the deadline. Again, this was today, so I'm thinking some of the people who got laid off are probably working on this.
Probably.
We hear several other projects are not moving forward as well.
I'm sure we're going to hear about it shortly.
Yep.
I'll hear a couple. We knew Pearl was done.
Yeah, Dino Daycare, Ada Twist, scientist, producer Chris Nee is doing that. Boons and Curses. The one that I heard about was Antiracist Baby. Okay. Your face palming. Antiracist Baby.
I thought that was one they should make a show out of.
Yeah. Oh, she was involved with this one too. Of course she was.
Shocker.
Netflix has pulled the plug on several animated projects, including Wings of Fire and Antiracist Baby, a series. No, it says from executive producer Ava DuVernay. Anyway, that's a really dumb, a really dumb thing. Oh, look what else they scrapped. Streaming service also scrapped Stamped: Racism, Anti-Racism, and You. I'm sensing a theme here. Are you sensing a theme?
I'm sensing a theme. Yeah.
So yes, Antiracist Baby is a real thing. It's a real book. I picked it up at Walmart. I didn't know anything about it. Apparently people have been talking about this book. It's basically activism for toddlers. And I picked it up and I thought it was parody. I swear to God, I thought it was parody.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is pretty funny. This is like all the tropes, all the memes. I'm like, oh my God, they're serious.
Yes.
They're serious. This is a real book for kids.
Anti-Racist Baby is bred, not born. Actually, kids are born not racist. You make them racist. Anyway, Anti-Racist Baby is raised to make society transform.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure you tell the babies who to hate. Especially if they're white.
Can't imagine why Netflix is passing on this show. Now, what a difference a year makes. A year ago, this would have been like absolutely.
2020 is going. Imagine that. Got picked up in 2020. Who'd have thunk it? No, you don't say.
Yeah. So, Anti-Racist Baby is gone, snapped away.
Can't we just focus on what unites people instead of what divides people? I mean, I would much rather go back to that, because for me personally, I don't care what color you are, what gender you are, how you identify, what sexual orientation you are. I don't care. I really don't. If you're happy, that's great. I just are you an asshole? That's when we're gonna have issues.
Yeah, well, it's really really interesting. Again, this goes back to some of what Netflix was saying before. They were basically like, if you don't like our content, you're free to quit. You're free to quit the company. And they doubled down on defending Dave Chappelle because he brings views. And I think at the end of the day, this is a company that to survive needs to pander to the largest possible audience. And I don't think there was a huge audience for an animated version of Anti-Racist Baby.
No. I think it was just a book. I mean, I can't think that could be a whole show.
I think there's a whole series now.
Well, each episode's going to focus on somebody else's race, which makes you actually racist.
No. Every episode is going to focus on somebody else's racism. And Anti-Racist Baby is going to kick the shit out of the racists.
Well, no, so I'm saying, if you're focusing on some people's race, like this day, we're mad at people who don't like Asian people. Tomorrow, we're mad at people who don't like black people.
And every day, it's okay to hate the white people.
It's pretty much.
It's like,
I hate to say it, but yeah.
So now they're saying to save money, they should do more reality TV. This is what's going to happen with HBO Max and Discovery. And I'm worried about that because I don't watch a lot of Netflix, but I do watch HBO Max and a lot of my favorite
and I watch
shows.
Discovery.
Yeah, but Discovery, a lot of it's reality.
But I like those. I like the ghost shows.
I like the ghost shows.
You don't like
the
show?
Pig? Okay, I like Pig Royalty.
You don't like the show about Fix My Feet? You don't like?
Oh my God! Let's talk about this.
He hates that show.
I freaking hate this show. So there is it on Discovery?
Yeah.
So there's a show. Okay, so Dr. Pimple Popper, where she actually doesn't.
You don't watch that either.
I can stomach that more than this other one. So there was Dr. Pimple Popper, where she doesn't actually pop pimples. She basically cuts large fatty growths off of people's heads. Sometimes they're cysts, but she doesn't pop a lot of pimples.
People are tuning in for this. I don't think they're gonna.
Okay, I'm not showing anything.
We're off topic.
No, I'm getting to the point. Okay, because we're gonna see more of this shit on Netflix and HBO Max and all that. So anyway, that's Dr. Pimple Popper. She's her own thing. She was YouTube. She doesn't pop a lot of pimples. She just cuts stuff off people. Well, there's another one now. And this is doctors, they're podiatrists, and you know where this is going. And they basically freaking chainsaw people's feet and cut their toes off
With a bone saw.
With a freaking bone saw.
It's really weird when they're cut off. They don't look like real pieces of body. It's weird.
So you can watch that, but you have a problem with me watching horror movies.
I know. I can't watch horror movies.
But that's fake. I know. See, you're like, how can you watch horror movies and not watch this? I'm like, because I know it's fake. I don't want to watch people get their toes cut off for real.
They don't cut off everybody's toes.
Do you think I'm a monster? They do cut off people's toes. I've seen them cut people's toes off on the show.
Not all the time. Sometimes they break their toes and put a rod in it. Sometimes they cut their... Okay, it doesn't matter.
Sometimes they cut their whole freaking foot off. It's. I don't want to watch that.
I haven't seen that yet, but they've cut the
And you're like
part
eating
off.
popcorn, watching people get their toes cut off.
I don't eat while I watch. Anyway, can we just...
So anyway, that's the kind of quality content that they want to give you on
I actually
streamers.
like those kind of things. This show looks like not something I want to watch. What is this?
It's Queer Eye, but they're on a roller coaster.
I don't even know. I don't even watch it. I know what it is. I just don't watch it.
Maybe it's not for you.
It's not for me.
It's not.
So I'm more into the ghost shows and the alien shows. Can't wait till the UFO talks end. We get all the shows about that. Skinwalker Ranch. I'm here for you.
There's a lot of that. Yeah. So anyway, they're saying, hey, so what's going to happen now since streamers are strapped for cash? And we'll probably talk more about Disney tomorrow. Because I guarantee you they're going to react. They're going to be like, oh, hey, cool. We can cut back on spending. Cool.
We'll have a lot to talk about, but they're upfront with us today, which is basically them trying to pitch shows to advertisers, and they're going hard in the paint for Disney Plus, which probably explains some Vanity Fair article. We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, Disney's upfront is going to take you from behind.
That's pretty much it.
Anyway, yeah, so these streamers are going to cut back on the content spend. We're going to get a lot of reality TV. A lot more people getting their damn feet cut off, but they'll put ads on it. I don't want to watch that. Anyway, but what I'm saying is...
It's not for you.
It's not for me. But hey, no Antiracist Baby either. But yeah, so I think what I'm concerned about, again, believe it or not, we are fans of animation. Netflix has had some very good animated shows and movies. They have. But I think that the best years of that are now behind us because I think they're going to be very, very cautious about greenlighting this stuff.
Which is so sad because like we had like Klaus and stuff and they're making these giant leaps in animation and things that they're going back to being creative again because Disney kind of stopped doing that. Now they're just live action remaking everything. And it was great because you're starting to see new innovation and stuff again. And now that's all going to be cut off the knees or the feet.
So I knew you were going there. I knew you were going there. Anyway, so there we go, guys. I think we're gonna have a lot of dismal Netflix news over the next couple months. This company is gonna be different on the other end of it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if somebody else is gonna buy them or what, but they're clearly bleeding money and they're expecting to lay a bunch more people off. And they're expecting to be losing millions of subscribers next quarter. At the very least, they have to be looking at the numbers right now and being like, oh my God, fire some more people.
Yeah.
Cancel some more shows.
That's pretty much what they're doing because they have to make the money back somehow quickly.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Now he's just tasty, delicious, rotten flesh meat, which I can consume. Don't read into it too much.
Just like our museum, the cafe, it's open and Brewster is eager to serve. I don't think this was in the show. Run. Oh, you got splatted. Oh, she was begging and you kicked her in the face.
I don't care.
Hey guys, Squid King here, and today we're in a...
Not girl boss at all. She is not a material girl.
She is not. Oh, it's Christmas time here in your mom. Nobody wants to join your mom.
What?
Like I can't even cook kid cuisine right. I would last about 2 minutes with Gordon Ramsay.
What? Where is he?
He's hiding. He's hiding from you.
Better.
Oh my God, you got the axe.
Walker, does this look like Steven Universe? Let me punch him. Well, I'm just here for the wax. Right where you belong.
Get in the dirt.
Well, that was a combination of events I probably shouldn't have put together. Anyways, let's open this bottle too.
Chica Pinata. Is that official?
Oh, no.
There's a bootleg.
Hello. Ooh, sorry.
Hey guys, it's Diamond Tool.
Let's make a farm.
Like and subscribe and buy my merch.
I mean, while you're here, you guys should like really like and subscribe and buy our merch, all of which we have.
That is true. Can't run them carrying trash. You can get away with one F-bomb per PG-13 movie.
I wish I'd known that sooner.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap this effer up.
Yes.